Hey, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us once again. This is the BNI show. I just want to say, give a special thanks to our production company here, NowMedia TV. This is a brand new set. We're making a couple of changes to the set and also to the format of the show. It's going to be much more of a conversational show than it has been in the future, where we had, in the past, where we had that desk and basically one person interviewing one at a time. It's going to be more of an open conversation now about BNI and our BNI members and their businesses and what they're doing, what they're facing out there in the real world, and how we can really help them to improve their business and grow. So we're going to you live. We're here on channel 2110 in Houston, also 2710 Beaumont, and also in Atlanta, 2210. So hello to everybody that's seeing us, and we appreciate you joining us today. What is BNI Now show? First of all, my name is Alberto Tudela. I'll be your host for the day. I'm also a small business owner. I own a small insurance agency here in Houston, and I'm also lucky enough to be able to host this show for you today. I've been a BNI member for, I want to say, going on 4 years, give or take, and it's been an amazing platform, and really one of the things that's allowed me to be on here, talk to you today, tell you about the benefits of BNI, how it's helped me, and how it's helped thousands and thousands of business owners across the world. So BNI, if you're not familiar with it, is short for Business Network International. They are the largest in-person networking company in the world. We're talking about 275,000 members worldwide. They have a presence in over 70 countries. I believe that last year this year, calendar year, we're on trend for about $16 billion in closed business between BNI members. The main idea behind BNI is to get to know each other, get to know each other's businesses, see how we can work together, refer our businesses to each other, and basically close business and be able to grow in that manner. Here in Houston, we're talking about 53 chapters, over 1,200 members. So we're talking about a very well-established organization. That being said, obviously we've been going through a tremendous difficult time over the last year. Things are starting to loosen up as far as COVID restrictions. We're seeing a lot of businesses going back to their regular course of business, with the masks and social distancing and everything else. Depending on where you're watching us from, in some cases it's a lot more loose than others. We're in Texas, and that's pretty much as loose as it gets here in the United States. But I want to share with you a story that I read about this morning regarding our founder, Ivan Misner. So Dr. Misner is known as basically the father of modern networking. In a meeting he had in 2017, he was meeting with his senior staff from BNI, and the question came up, what is the future of BNI? Where do we see this company going in the future? And Dr. Misner took the question extremely seriously, and he said, I see us going on an online platform. I see us going into a situation where we're going to be doing networking online and not in person. Of course, this is coming from the man that started this whole BNI company, which is the largest, like I said, in-person networking company in the world. So this was a huge departure, and it really was a shocking thing for him to say, and not just that, for a lot of BNI members to hear. The pushback that he got was almost immediate. How could you say that we're not going to be doing networking in person? That is basically the base, that's the core of what we do in BNI. We can't fathom a future where it's going to be any different than what we see today. And it actually gave Misner a pause to understand, maybe when you're talking about the future of a company, or you have a wide vision of what you think is going to happen in the future, you have to be a little bit careful on how you present that, because in some cases it can be a little bit shocking and disarming for the status quo. But after that, 2018, they were talking a little bit about business interruption, companies that have gone through significant changes and they were not able to keep up with the changes, basically being technology, right? We can talk and cite companies like Kodak, Sears, Blockbusters. All of these companies at one point or another were the absolute leaders in their field. there was really nobody that came close. And because of the fact that they were not able to keep up with technology or trends, or they were not able to foresee possibly what was going to be happening in the near future, they got left behind. Nowadays, these companies are basically defunct, or even, novelties at this point. Kodak still exists, but it's very much an afterthought in comparison to what they used to be. And he used that as a platform to try to push a little bit more on, we need to be ready, we need to be updated with our technology, we need to open our minds here to what the reality is and what the reality is going to be really in 2 or 3 years. So it was a pretty interesting situation. By 2019, the very end of 2020, BNI is a worldwide organization, remember, so they do have presence in Asia, a significant presence in Asia, and obviously COVID started to happen. Because of all of that prior back and forth, all of that prior, so let's say conversations that they had about this, BNI as an organization had already started to look forward to, or try to look for platforms in which they could, first of all, let's say, keep up with the times, maintain themselves relevant. They'd been working with Zoom in one way, shape, or form for those people that unfortunately can't be in person. And it was really, frankly, quite a godsend, because obviously COVID hit. By January, they had basically transitioned all of the Asian market onto Zoom. Everybody was basically on Zoom by the end of January. In February, they transitioned most, if not all, of Europe. And by March, unfortunately, things crept over here into the United States as well. And we were able to do a seamless transition from basically one in-person meeting on one week to our online meetings on Zoom the next week. So an amazing job and amazing foresight from the BNI senior leadership team in order to make sure that that was a possibility. Otherwise, we would have been stuck not networking, and our businesses would have suffered even more for that type of a situation. So there was a recent survey that came out. We're talking about over 2,000 BNI members were surveyed. They were asked, if you had to network, how many of you wanted to network purely in person? There was a 33% response to prefer in person. How about the people that wanted to do online only? They also had that question. And they had a 16% of the sample say yes to online only. And the most significant one was a blend. We're talking about being able to do it in person sometimes and being able to do it online on others. And there was a whopping 50% of all of the people surveyed that said that that's the way that they wanted to move forward in the future. And effectively speaking, that is exactly the way that it is starting to become nowadays. Over the last 2 weeks, the chapter I belong to, proud member of BNI Latino, started our in-person meetings, and we're doing what's called hybrid meetings. So for those members that, for whatever reason, are not able to be in person with us, they participate via Zoom. We also have members that are actually in person. So we had, last week we had, I want to say, about 12 or 13 people in person, and we had another about 12 or 10 people also online. So the meeting was pretty seamless with the technology that we've got available today. The people online were able to see everything that the people in person were doing, and vice versa. Everybody was able to still interact. We had fluid conversations with the people online, and it was really a beautiful thing to see. And so basically what we're trying to teach here and what we've learned here is that we've got to lead the disruption in order to not be the disrupted. Okay, so great job, and a shout out to all of the people in BNI senior leadership for making that happen for us. That being said, we're going to go into the content of the show. First thing, we've got a pre-recorded interview already set up for you where we're going to have Jen Godet also being interviewed with Rick Gutierrez, and they're going to talk about a very special new program and new project that they're working on. That being said, Jonathan, I'll leave it over to you for you to link us into that.
Hey folks, welcome and thank you for tuning in. This is BNI Now, and we are here with our guest, on our show, BNI Members, of course, and we actually have some breaking news. We have Jen Godet here, who is going to be providing us with some details about some very exciting news that are coming inside here, some type of partnership between her company and NowMedia. So tell us all about it, Jen.
Yeah, so thank you so much. And you guys are the first to know that we are launching a partnership with NowMedia. It is going to be Odyssey Now TV. What? It is going to be like the Netflix of coaching. We're talking personal, professional, business development, health coaching, life coaching, relation coaching, and of course, all the human interest, fun stories and interviews. So we are looking for you. We are looking for people who are interested in providing content and people who are interested in a accessible way to really up-level your life, your business, your community.
Absolutely. Wow. So that is breaking news because I think you caught us by
news.
surprise.
Yes.
We did not know that was happening, but it is something that is truly amazing. How can someone get involved?
Right. So you could reach out to me, of course, Jen Godet at jengodetcoaching.com. Or you can actually go to my website and just hit contact me, and I'd be more than happy to shoot you that information, because our launch is coming actually in July. And we will be having an amazing black tie gala launch, and that will be forthcoming as well. So stick around, stay tuned, watch my socials, because it's going to be leaking out there a little bit. And as soon as it's live, you will be the first to know.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to that. But before we go into the world and not know, what type of stories are we looking for, Jen? I mean, what are we looking for as far as content for this new adventure?
Yeah, what an amazing question. So we're looking at things that are health related. So if you are a yoga instructor or a fitness instructor and you want to put some of your content out, contact me. If you are somebody who's really moving and grooving and marketing, branding, some of those other spaces, like you would be fantastic with your marketing, and you have some content that you want to educate and put out, that would be a great opportunity to get you seen and get those eyeballs on you and to add value to our community. And of course, if you know someone who is an impact player and really visible and has a message to share, we're doing those human interest stories. So we're interviewing spiritual leaders, business leaders, celebrities, and so much more. Okay. So if you know those people, if you are those people and you have content and you want to share it, we want to have a conversation.
And where can our viewers view this content? Is it going to be YouTube?
So it is going to be on the web, and we're also going to have apps. So they'll be able to view it on their smart TV, on their computer, their laptop, their smartphone, and any device. Okay,
wonderful. And are they going to be able to, our viewers going to be able to watch this content live here in the, from the studios of NowMedia Studios?
So we will be producing content here. We're going to do some live stream and then a lot of on demand as well.
Okay, wonderful. Well, there you have it, folks. Amazing news. I mean, this took us all, by surprise, but amazing adventure that's coming up with NowMedia and Jen Godet. So we look forward to it. I think you can count on 3 people that can collaborate to your project. And more than anything, to the gala, because we're all about always having a good time and having to go into a party, right? So thank you for tuning in. We are so looking forward to this. Stay tuned for additional details, and until next time, take care of each other. We'll talk to you soon.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
As a critical aspect of your operations, you need the right technology partner to provide you and your business the peace of mind of having reliable and efficient IT systems. In addition, with cyber threats, ransomware at an all-time high, adequate, continuous, and proactive data protection for your business is an absolute must. Hi, this is Roland Parker with Impress Computer Solutions. We are experts in tailored IT solutions, and professional 24/7 IT support services. We proactively monitor, maintain, manage, and protect your IT and data assets. Additionally, we have the know-how and horsepower to do the correct procuring of any and all computer systems or software your company may need. Having the correct IT infrastructure and not being able to operate safely and correctly is very expensive and can eventually destroy growth. So take a decisive step and call me today for a complimentary consultation at 281-647-9977 for your unique IT needs.
What is so special about sleeping? It boosts your mental health. It's critical for your immune system, weight management, and fertility, amongst other important aspects of your health. Most people do not know the average person spends a third of their life on a mattress. A hard reality is some people spend roughly 7 years of their lives tossing and turning because their mattress needs replacing, or it's just a low quality mattress, which in turn leads to multiple spine issues and other health problems. Hi, I'm John McCarty with Mattress Firm. Having the exact mattress for you is critical for your overall well-being, and my goal is to help you find the exact mattress that'll increase your quality of life and your loved ones and have a restful night's sleep. Call me at 832-815-8482. I'd love to help.
Having a smart and healthy lifestyle is now possible. Hi, this is Bni Now with Incredible Home Solutions. We are proud distributors of Royal Prestige, the most advanced cookware in the market. Designed with the highest quality standards, Royal Prestige is the only in the market incorporating surgical-grade stainless steel, getting the most nutrients out of your food while helping you cook healthier. They look beautiful in your kitchen, and they are built to last for a lifetime, featuring an amazing 15-year warranty and complimentary yearly service at no cost for our customers. We at Incredible Home have over 15 years of experience providing smart home and healthy living solutions, with a strong commitment to personalized service and great customer satisfaction, offering customized solutions and financing plans to each client. Allow us to help you improve your lifestyle with our smart and healthy living products. Call us today for an in-home demonstration or visit our showroom in Katy for an extraordinary experience. Incredible Home Solutions, making your life easier, your home smarter, and your loved ones healthier.
And welcome back. We're coming to you live from the BNI studios here in Houston, Texas. So I'm lucky enough to have my guest here with me. Like I said, we're going to be trying out a new format. It's going to be much more of a roundtable discussion type of a situation. So feel free to jump in whenever you want. If you want to talk about one of these topics, feel free to do so. So I'm lucky to be have here with me Mr. Jim Soto.
Thank you.
Attorney, Esquire, at law. Jim has, which member are you a part of, Jim? Which chapter?
I'm in BNI Latino.
BNI Latino, that's my chapter. Obviously, I know Jim pretty well, so I have a lot of very difficult questions for you, Jim, today. Hope you brought your A game.
I do.
Also, we have Aida Younge.
Right.
Is that right? Pronounced correctly?
Young.
Young.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'm sure you get that all the time, unfortunately. So also welcome to you. And what about you? Which chapter are you a member of?
Thank you. So we are part of BNI Katy.
Okay. How long have you been a member of BNI?
Coming up on 3 months now.
3 months. Okay, so you started during the
Fairly
pandemic.
new. Exactly. I'm the baby in the group.
How about you, Jim? Did you also start during the pandemic?
I did. I'm the newest member. I'm still the newest member, yes,
Yep.
and enjoying it. So I'm on my honeymoon voyage with BNI Latino.
So, you know, I could tell we could talk a little bit about and segue into a little bit about what we talked about or what I spoke about earlier today. Mr. Ivan Meisner talking about the future of networking and whether these meetings were going to be in person or they're going to be online or a blend of both. You've been involved already in 2 hybrid meetings. You know, we were, I believe, actually Rick was mentioning it to me. I wasn't sure if we were or not, but we were the first chapter actually to meet in a hybrid setting in all of Houston. I don't know if it applies to the rest of the country, but certainly in Houston looks like we were number 1. So a shout out to all our members for making that possible. For all of the other chapters that are going through that process, I wish you the best. You know, there has to be 100% participation so that there's some sort of an agreement among all the chapters doing this, of course, for the benefit of everybody and not leaving anybody out. But it's really been an amazing you know, transition. You know, we were able to do it with technology and everything else. How have you felt about being, you know, you were one of the people that was there in person. How have you felt about meeting everybody actually in person and, you know, being able to sort of partake and share with everybody in a face-to-face meeting?
Well, it's been fabulous because prior to this course, everybody was on screen. Everybody looked much larger or smaller than what they are in life. But to be able to get that true interaction has been fabulous because I tell them, well, I've met you, but I've really never met you. So now, and it's been a great experience just to get that closer understanding of who our members are and how we can work together.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. I'm very excited about it. And like I said, our online members are also very much integrated. You know, we have some special technology that we've used in order to make sure that everybody is included and that everybody is heard and that everybody can participate fully in the BNI experience. So if you haven't already started to do that, talk to your BNI either support director or area director about how you can get back to these hybrid meetings. You know, what's going to happen in the future? Who knows? You know, we're dealing with a complete unknown now. You know, we might go back to Zoom at some point. We might do away with Zoom. It doesn't seem like that's what BNI wants to do on a long term. Zoom has been a fantastic tool, and I want to say that that's probably here to stay. So it gives a lot of flexibility to a lot of members, in my opinion. But let's go into business.
Certainly.
All right. So, an attorney. Where'd you get your law degree from, Jim?
Right here at the University of Houston.
All right. Look at that. You've nothing better than a homegrown lawyer. Tell us a little bit about your history as an attorney, and now opening your own firm. How long has it been since you've had your own firm?
Certainly, I've been a lawyer about 25 years, and in the last 5 years, I've opened my firm and have opened my eyes completely. It has been a fabulous journey. Every day I grow, every day I understand, and I learn more what the clients need, and that changes every year. There are different needs, especially during the pandemic. I learned a lot about what our clients need.
Sure.
And even the courthouses, the courthouses changed to online hearings, and that's here to stay. And that's fabulous because I think that serves the clients better.
So do you think that the courts have become more efficient with this online? Have they been able to get through these caseloads quicker than they did before, or is it pretty much the same, it's just a different method?
I think they've had different challenges. For example, before when the judge signed the order, it was signed. Now it has to be scanned, it has to be accepted by the clerk's office. So there's a little more of a delay in that. But the benefit, I think, is serving the clients. Many clients don't want to drive downtown, they don't want to park, they don't want to go through security, don't want to find the courthouse. And if you can do that right at home, in the comfort of their home, prepare them accordingly, it's great. So it's really served the clients well. And I think it's served the lawyers well also. One day I was in Dallas and Eagle Pass and in Houston all at the same time, and there's no way I could have done that in person.
It's amazing what we've been able to accomplish, especially, and also not only that, but the amount of how spread it's become, right? The use of technology. I mean, it seems like everybody has had to, really, it hasn't really been much of a choice. They've had to do this. Even, you know, the dinosaur systems, like, you know, you'd think courthouse, you know, what more bureaucratic process, or, you know, we're talking about something that's controlled by the state on a federal level. Even they have been able to get up to date pretty
Yes.
quickly, considering everything. Specifically, your area of law. So I know you work a lot with probate, so estate planning and execution, I would assume as well. Setting up everybody to make sure that when the time comes, that your affairs are in order, that you're not going to become that you're not creating a burden for your family members, that kind of thing. And all of that comes with proper planning, right?
It sure does.
And I'm assuming that during the pandemic, you may have seen, a potential increase in your business. Has that been the case a little bit?
Yes, I did notice quite an upswing, and also an upswing in concern. What do I do? How do I prepare? What needs to be done? So I have a probate, guardianship, and estate planning law firm. It's bilingual in English and Spanish, so I'm able to serve the greater community and to include a lot more people in the process.
Right. And then tell us a little bit about how that process actually works, because I believe that a lot of people, I'm in insurance, and every once in a while I will get a client that says, hey, my parents passed, and I'm being willed the house. How does that impact my insurance? How does the deed transfer work? There's a lot of questions that they have, and it all starts with, in most cases, probate.
Yes.
Right? So can you tell us a little bit about what that process is? And because everybody goes through it, correct? I mean, if you're being included in somebody's will, or even if there is no will, if you're a family member, you're automatically also included in some way, shape, or form. So could you tell me a little bit about what a customer, or what somebody that's going through that process needs in order to be prepared for that?
Certainly, my pleasure. Well, when I get the call, my mom passed away, what do I do? The first thing I ask is there a will? Because if there's a will, you go down one path. If there's not a will, you go down another path. But I'm always of the mindset to do the most expedient and the best thing for the client. And not everybody needs to have the will probated. I will ask them, what are your goals? What are you trying to accomplish? Well, I've just got a house and a checking account. Okay, then that takes me to an alternative to probate, where I can save you some money.
Okay.
Sometimes I work with a lot of law firms where they have severe cases, catastrophic injury cases, death cases, and they need a probate lawyer who's going to have an executor appointed of the estate, and that's a whole different path. Why? Because they need that for the lawsuit to protect the interest of the beneficiaries and the heirs. So I will always ask, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? Here are the alternatives to probate, and if you don't qualify for any of those, then we'll go through probate and at a fair and honest price to get your job done.
What about estate planning? So we also hear a little bit about that. There are some clients, of course. What is the right client that would have to do something like some estate planning, and what does that entail?
Every client, and here's why. Have you ever considered that upon your death, that is the largest financial transaction of your life? Everything moves from one person to the other.
Right.
So you need to be prepared for that. Many times clients say, well, I don't have anything. I'll say, well, let's sit down and talk. You've got a car, a house, checking account. And there are many ways that you can limit the probate through proper estate planning. If you have beneficiaries on your accounts, I can't tell you how huge that is. Why? Because if it's blank, it defaults and you have to probate. There are just many alternatives that you can do. You can have a trust to avoid the probate process. So an estate planning is different from everyone, whether it's a will or a trust or powers of attorney, and everyone is entitled to sit down and just have a clear understanding of what works best for them.
What about the difference between a will and a trust?
Great question. Many times clients ask, well, what should I do? Should I have a will or a trust? A lot of it comes down to three issues. Well, mainly cost. A will may cost a little less up front, but it's going to cost you a lot more in the end to probate the will. Also, there's confidentiality and privacy. Many times, if a will goes through probate, it's a public record. People can see what's in your documents, and they can go to the public records and find that out. In a trust, everything is confidential, and you don't have to worry about that.
What about the setting up of a trust? So, I have had clients come to me and say, maybe they're interested in setting up a trust, but they're worried about the cost. Is it really all that much more expensive to set up a trust? Do you have to have significant, and the other misconception, or maybe a correct conception, is that you would only need a trust if you had a lot of assets. So, people that are very well off, or have significant assets, maybe, the house paid off or a couple of houses and just a lot of stuff in general that they're gonna have to go through, to go through this process. Is that accurate?
It's probably a misunderstanding and misconception by many people, because you can just have a house, a car, and a checking account, and you may want to set up a trust because you may not want your family member to go through probate. So that's a real cost savings in that. When it comes to cost, it's a balance. A will is a little less upfront than a trust, but in the end, when a trust is done, you put the bow on it and you fund your trust. That's hugely important. Everything moves smoothly. After you pass away, it's all taken care of. There are even documents called transfer on death deeds. Those are huge. I do those all the time, where somebody can transfer their property to someone else while they're still living, and upon their death, boom, it becomes theirs. So that saves the probate process. So when you hear about the word probate, many times clients start to shake. Oh, I don't want to go through that. I've heard it's a bad process. Well, let's sit down and see what works for you, because there are alternatives, and we'll find the right product for you.
And what about your ideal client? So, I can understand we all obviously sooner or later have to deal with creating a will or worrying about how we're going to leave our things behind and what instrument or which manner we're going to use to achieve that. That being said, it's a very, very broad spectrum.
Sure.
Normally speaking, at what point in somebody's life are we talking about the person themselves setting up their own wills? Are we talking about the kids being involved? If it's a family situation, what is your typical perfect time or perfect client to set up all of these solutions?
Well, anytime there's a major change in your life, marriage, divorce, child, retirement, those are the times when you should start looking at everything in your life, but certainly estate planning. Those are the triggers, and if you find that you're in one of those situations, you may think, I need to do something. Let me go talk to somebody about that.
Okay. Well, don't go away. We're going to go and cut to a commercial break. We'll be back to talk a little bit more about Jim's business and also to talk about the junk luggers. Two very, very different businesses, but both of which have been greatly affected and benefited by their membership in BNI. So come on back with us in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.
I'm here to take you to a new frontier, the final frontier. In fact, you and I are going where no one has gone before. I'm Glenn Henderson, entrepreneur, success coach, and musician, and I want to personally invite you to take this journey with me in the pages of my best-selling new book, All I Need to Know About Success I Learned from Star Trek. We'll travel aboard the USS Enterprise along with Captain James T. Kirk, Spock, and the finest crew in Starfleet. And we'll learn together about success principles like how to work with a team and accomplish your goals, when to fight for what you believe, and when not to, and what your business really is, no matter what you do for a living. Beam aboard with me. My mission is your success. And I'll see you on the bridge. Live long and prosper.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
This prestigious luxury home or investment property is located in West University Place, a small city within downtown Houston, located close to the Texas Medical Center and recognized as one of America's best places to live. West University is also one of the top 10 wealthiest and safest cities in the United States. Located on half an acre lot, you won't find this size land anywhere in West U. With mature oak trees gracing the beautifully luxurious home, this property has 9,200 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 8 baths, 2 master bedrooms and kitchens on both floors. In addition to the gold Gracie wallpapers, Waterford crystal chandeliers and fixtures, grand double staircase upon entry, 2 master bedrooms and kitchens on each floor, and many, many more luxurious additions. This gorgeous lazy river lagoon pool with rock waterfall are already in place for you to enjoy this lush and tropical brick gated backyard resort style settings. This splendid property is perfect for long-term visitors or family members, and it's exceptional for entertaining distinguished elite type of guests. This is an excellent investment opportunity or the dream home for those who know about status and class. Call today, schedule your personal tour, because this home won't last.
And we're back talking with here Jim Soto, the attorney for estate planning and everything having to do with setting up your will, setting up a trust, and everything in between. But I also wanted to ask you, Jim, I know that you're also active in another area of law, one that's a little near to my heart. You know, I'm an insurance guy, so we deal with this every once in a while. We're talking about personal injury law.
Yes.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about how you got involved in that and what that entails, or what that, you know, what type of client are you looking for on that side?
Certainly, thank you for asking. Yes, I've worked previously for a large personal injury law firm, and I was the probate lawyer in the personal injury law firm.
Okay.
So I was able to see the nexus between, if a client, unfortunately, a client spouse walked in, her husband was killed on the job, then what do we need to do to set up the estate so that her claims can be preserved in the personal injury lawsuit.
Okay.
So that's the nexus that I had in those. Previously, I also served as a legal consultant at the Consul General of Mexico, and in many situations, we had clients, or they had members who were killed on the job here. They had to go back to Mexico. So I worked with the consulate in advising them on the best route for their personal injury claim, for getting their estate set up, and then helping the families back in Mexico to be part of the claim in the legal process here in the States.
Yeah, and for all of our viewers, you might not know this, you know, we're BNI Latino, the BNI, it's one of the very few BNIs that are actually held in Spanish. Jim is perfectly bilingual. He speaks perfect Spanish, and a large part of your clientele is Spanish speaking, and it's easy to find a lawyer. Not so easy to find a lawyer that's going to be able to explain things to you if you're a native Spanish speaker in the language that you are more comfortable with, so that there's less gaps in understanding exactly what's going on, especially in a legal process, and at the same time be completely fluent in English to the point when they represent you in a court of law, obviously they're perfectly well understood by, you know, the judge and everything else that implies. So take advantage of the fact that there's not that many lawyers that have those types of abilities, okay? He does it extremely well. I've heard him speak Spanish, take my word for it. It's perfect.
I was going to ask.
Yeah. One last question, Jim. So holidays are coming up. I know that you talked on our last, in our last meeting about maybe something special that you could offer the folks that are watching us right now. Can you tell them a little bit about how they can reach you, why they should reach you, and what, if anything, you're going to be offering as a special offer today?
Thank you for asking. Be part of the success in your family. Get your estates plan set up. My number's on the screen. Feel free to call me. I will answer your call. And with Father's Day coming up, out of respect to all the dads, I'm providing a complimentary will. And please take me up on this as a gift to Dad. Call me before Father's Day, and I will take care of you. A complimentary will for all the dads who are listening, but must be done before Father's Day. Thank you.
That sounds like an unbelievable deal. So definitely take advantage of that. We don't often get these types of offers or promos on the show. So if you've got a dad and you need to worry a little bit about that, maybe they're getting up in age to the point where you need to take care of this, feel free to reach out to them. Fantastic solution for all of your estate planning needs.
Thank you.
That being said, let's move on a little bit to our other guest.
Hi.
Who's been quietly waiting for her turn. Keep in mind there, if there's any questions, feel free to ask them. We also have Ada. She is representing Junk Luggers of Sugarland. Okay, so Junk Luggers is basically, well, I'm not going to say it. Let's ask her. What is Junk Luggers?
Absolutely.
That's, first of all, a great name.
Thank you. So we are the Junk Luggers of Greater Sugarland. It is a franchise, and I've bought in the territory of Sugarland and Richmond area, Rosenberg area, pretty much the southwest area of Houston. We are eco-friendly junk removal company, so we remove anything that is furniture, appliances, any of those big items that are in the backyard that's preventing a homeowner from making improvements. For example, the trampoline, the hot tub that's out there, just kind of blocking the homeowners from making improvements.
What makes it eco-friendly, just out of curiosity?
Right, thank you for asking. We are eco-friendly because we try to recycle and donate as much as we can. So when we pick up these items from the homeowners' houses or businesses, actually we service both businesses and homes, we will take them to donation centers. We will let them pick out anything that they think they can sell for profit for themselves. And then that tax receipt, that tax deductible receipt, is sent to the homeowner. That is for them to deduct from their taxes.
And that's something that happens basically automatically
That
when
is-
you pick up somebody's
Exactly,
junk.
exactly. What is automatic is that the sorting and the trip to the donation center. Obviously, we cannot guarantee that they will take out X, Y, and Z amount of items. We let them pick out and decide what they think that they can sell for profit. And then from there, the next stop we make is the recycling center. We recycle anything that's metal, cardboard, paper, anything that's pretty much recyclable. And then the last stop is the landfill, which we try to do as less as we could. Because we try to save the earth.
Right. Okay. So basically, the idea is either recycle, sell off, or what is the other? Up renew.
Up renew.
Is that the other? I think I read that somewhere. Up renew.
Right.
That's sort of a new. Can you even explain what that means, actually?
Exactly. Well, actually, there is this section of our business that's called the remix market. And what it is, which I haven't acquired yet, but we repurpose some of these items and try to find them a better home. People with low income that typically would not be able to afford certain things like furniture and sofa, and have them come by and take it at a lower cost. Now, I have not acquired that segment yet. It's called the remix market. So right now what I do is a traditional donation, which is just taking it to places like Habitat for Humanity. We work heavily with them. We work with Goodwill as well, Salvation Army, Dress for Success, Career Gear. These are places that help women and men kind of get back to the workforce again. And so we take these items there. It is for them to decide how they sell it, but we give them for free, obviously. And then that tax receipt that we get, that is for the homeowner. That is not for the business, but that's for them.
So let me get this straight. So you're telling me that I've seen other companies that do what Junk Lugger does. So basically you call them up, say, hey, I have an old sofa, I want to get it taken off, because you either can't get rid of it yourself because of the size, or maybe you just have way too much stuff. Maybe you're doing a decade cleaning from your home, and it turns out that you've got a whole room full of what you consider trash that needs to be hauled off, and you just can't take care of it yourself. Under those circumstances, how is it different? So do these other companies not really do what Junk Luggers do, as far as trying to get everything recycled, trying to make sure that they're doing what's right for basically the ecosystem, and at the same time for charity, ultimately, because what you described was, seems like something that you're also doing for your fellow man.
Exactly. So What we step up and where we came in, our green guarantees, I would say, is that donation receipt, like I said, within 14 days of the appointment, that goes back to the customer. And then the on-time arrival, so we guarantee a 2-hour window of showing up. And most importantly, the estimate is guaranteed. So once we show up and we evaluate the charge based on the volume that these items are going to occupy on the truck, there is no going back and overcharging the customer once we load these items. Because that's how we charge, right? The volume or the amount of space that they take on the truck. Now let's say we show up and we look at the items that the customer has, we tell them it's half a truck. Once we start loading and it is more than half a truck, we are not going to go back and charge. We charge them half a truck.
So you stand by your estimate,
exactly.
basically.
If it's
you
less
guys
than,
are going to do the estimate, and whatever that is, that's what's going to be. As long as the items obviously stay the same. You don't go back and say, hey, by the way, I have these other 5 sofas that I need to get rid of as well.
That's right.
Okay.
And if it's less than that, that is money that's going back to the customer as well.
How long of a wait are we talking about? So if somebody were interested in doing this and they say calling you today, if they call today, how quickly would somebody get out to their home?
We're actually able to do in most cases same day appointment or next day appointment. So no need for an early advance notice or anything like that. If the schedule allows, it is same day or at latest next day.
Okay, and then how do they get in touch with you?
So you can reach us at the number that is on the screen right now, 1-800-LUCK-JUNK, or on our website. We have a call center, very friendly, able to give you a ballpark of where the cost might fall into, and then you'll be all set from there.
Okay. Well, don't go away. Stay with us. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk a little bit more with Ada about junk luggers and what they can do for you, and then also close the show out with our other guest, Jim. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
COVID-19 transformed the way we do business. Now more than ever, fast lead generation and customer retention will determine if a business survives or not. The NowMedia Video Business Card is designed to be sent using your smartphone. It's the next generation business card that will open the door for you while keeping social distancing. The NowMedia Video Business Card is affordable for anyone from startups to multinational companies and is already being used by hundreds of businesses. Stay open, stay in business. Call us today.
Having a spotless house is critical for your quality of living. Hi, this is Kevin Thury with WashPros.us. At WashPros, we are locally owned and operated, servicing Central Houston, Austin, and Dallas. We are fully insured. We offer annual, semi-annual, and quarterly cleanings. We recognize that needs change and Mother Nature keeps us on our toes. Just know we are happy to help. We use eco-friendly products and a purified water cleaning system for a spotless shine. We service HOAs, the property managers, investment firms, and you, the homeowner. If you're putting your house on the market or have an annual maintenance cleaning schedule, or you're interested in holiday lighting, we are your one-stop shop for all of your exterior cleaning and holiday lighting needs. Call me today for your free on-site quote and let WashPros.us be your clean escape.
This prestigious luxury home or investment property is located in West University Place, a small city within downtown Houston, located close to the Texas Medical Center and recognized as one of America's best places to live. West University is also one of the top 10 wealthiest and safest cities in the United States. Located on half an acre lot, you won't find this size land anywhere in West U, with mature oak trees gracing the beautifully luxurious home. This property has 9,200 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 8 baths, 2 master bedrooms and kitchens on both floors. In addition to the gold Gracie wallpapers, Waterford crystal chandeliers and fixtures, grand double staircase upon entry, 2 master bedrooms and kitchens on each floor, and many, many more luxurious additions. This gorgeous lazy river lagoon pool with rock waterfall are already in place for you to enjoy this lush and tropical brick gated backyard resort style settings. This splendid property is perfect for long-term visitors or family members, and it's exceptional for entertaining distinguished elite type of guests. This is an excellent investment opportunity or the dream home for those who know about status and class. Call today, schedule your personal tour, because this home won't last.
And we're back. This is going to be our final segment. Thank you for sticking with us. So we're talking about the AIDA, about junk luggers and everything that they do for the environment, everything they do for people that are stuck with large amounts of what they consider junk that needs to be taken care of. If you don't have a pickup truck, or you don't want to rent your own van, you don't want to put in all of that hard work in this Texas sun that's going to be coming, or actually right now in this Texas rain that's happening every day. They're the people that you're going to want to talk to. So what kind of clients are we looking for at Junk Luggers? What's your typical client, and which is your favorite type of client?
Of course. Thank you for asking. So obviously, with the current house market being a seller's market, more or less, so we are seeing a lot of, I would say 70% of our customers are people who have just sold their houses. They either are in the process of moving, or they've moved already, and they're looking for somebody who's just can come in and help take out all those items out. So the new homeowners can either move in, or they can put it up for sale.
And they got to do it quick, right? Because I mean, the housing market is going like this.
Absolutely. I've recently just had a customer. She was living here for 2 years with her daughter. She had pretty, almost new items, I would say, just 3-year-old items at most. She had moved to New York, back to New York, sold the house, and the new homeowners were going to move in on June 3rd. Well, the big question was, what do I do with all these items that I'd left behind?
Right.
I could not take everything back to New York. Obviously, space
New York, she's probably
restricted.
living in 1/4 of the footprint that she did when she was here.
So what we were able to do there is show up, take all those items went to donation. None of it went to recycling or the landfill. They were all pretty new. She got that receipt back, and next year she can happily deduct those from her taxes.
I want to add my name, my number to your call list there when you got something.
There you go.
Well, hearing that, I love your concept of care, because it's not just throwing the trash out. Can somebody else use it? Can it be used in another way? Can it be refurbished, repurposed?
Exactly.
So that's great. As a resident in Sugar Land, I will recommend my neighbors to you.
Thank you, Joe.
Because I like the concept of what you provide.
Thank you. And I can also add that our team, they are very well trained. They're all background checked. So you can pretty much trust who you're letting into your home, and also 100% insured. So in the unlikely event that something happens to the house, those repairs will be covered by us.
Perfect, and that's obviously a huge deal, especially you said the magic word for me, which is insured. So if something happens to somebody while somebody hurts their back, one of your employees, then the homeowners don't have to worry about that. That they were on my property while something was happening. They're 100% insured through another company. That's great. So selling homes is a big deal. I'll talk a little bit about what came to my mind. You see these shows. Unfortunately, I sometimes watch these shows. I know it's not normal, but we do. There's that show. I think it's called Hoarding. So there's hoarders. It's practically a disease. And I see that they have this whole process. Do you work with clients like that as well? Somebody that's decided that, hey, I really need to do a 180 here and get rid of a very, very, very significant part of what I've been hoarding over the years.
That's right, and that's actually a big portion of our business.
Really?
Hoarder house situations. So, and sometimes they may not even realize it. It could be a family member that's calling us, asking us, or saying, "Can you please help out?" but they'll have to be on site, right? Because before showing, the customer has to be willing to have us come in. So we come in, and I want to say those jobs, usually they're multi-truck jobs, so it's not done over 2 hours, which is our typical work window. They are over a day or two, and we're able to bring in 2 trucks, and same thing as well. We load the items by sorting them into 3 different piles and do the regular trips to the donation center, the recycling center, and then the landfill. But I just want to say that those usually, they will take over 2 hours to do, but that's why we're here.
Yeah, so basically they can accommodate any size job.
Exactly.
I mean, if you have a huge mansion that needs to be, where you have, roomfuls and roomfuls of things,
yes,
you're able to do that, even
yes,
if it's over a couple of days.
Exactly. No job is small. We've picked up a microwave, a dishwasher, just 1 sofa, and then we've also done multi-truck jobs as well, where we've done it over 2 days with 2 trips. 2 trucks just doing the trips, and 4 guys just kind of haul away all these items.
What about the best way for somebody to reach you? Would that be via the website, via the phone number? How do they reach out to you?
The 800 number is really the best way, because the call center, they're very trained. They've been there for a while, so they can get you ready, get the customer ready on what to expect on the day of the appointment. And we have several representatives that can pick up the call. And obviously, I also have my cell phone that's listed in there, because sometimes people want to have a local number, somebody they can reach out locally. And because it's a cell phone, they can send images of the items and either get an estimate, or we can discuss on how we can help out.
Perfect. So now you know, if you have something that you've been trying to get rid of and that you've been putting off, maybe you've been procrastinating the fact that you have this old couch sitting somewhere, or maybe it's in your backyard and you just haven't gotten rid of it. Give them a call today. They can go and take care of it like that. That being said, let's talk a little bit, change gears, talk a little bit more about BNI and what's been going in BNI in general. I want to talk about your particular experiences in BNI. Can you tell me a little bit about what's been going and how BNI has helped you, your business, whether it's been through, whatever it could be? Tell me a little bit about that.
BNI has been absolutely great for me, and I've got to be honest, coming from a non-business world before this, I did not know about BNI. It was introduced to me by my coach. She's also part of the franchise, and she pretty much said, if I can quote her, you have got to be in BNI. So I've looked it up and applied, and gratefully and luckily was accepted, so joined BNI. And the referrals have been great. And it is truly a giver's gain, because when I first joined, my mentality, my set was just refer as many as you can people, and then it will fall back. It will fall back automatically. People will just think of you when you think of them. So it is truly a giver's gain. I've gotten several referrals from there, close of business as well, and just meeting these people from these extraordinary businesses that you've actually never thought of. And not only that, being part of one chapter and with the possibility of having several people help out in your own business. You've got a lawyer in your chapter, we've got a credit card person, for example.
Merchant services.
Exactly, merchant services, and just several other businesses, CPA accountants that can help you out, design your website, for example. And it's all just one family. It's all in one meeting. You can discuss with these people.
You see them every week, so they've got nowhere to go.
Exactly. They're on your mind, you're on theirs.
You better do a good job, because ultimately you're not going to have that credibility that we talk about, that BCP. That C goes away pretty quickly if you make the wrong move.
Exactly.
Jim, how about you?
Well, it's been fabulous to be around people who have that business mentality. And it's great because I may be thinking of something at home or in the office, and I can bounce it off someone else, and they will give me a better idea than I could have ever even imagined. And also just the connections, whether it's direct referrals or businesses that can help your business grow. And it's all about helping your business grow. You're surrounded with a group of people who understand that and who want you to grow and help you with that. And you'll always be amazed about how people are willing to help. All you got to do is ask.
Fantastic. I appreciate your kind words. I can't say it any better than you guys have already done it. That being said, we've come to the end of our time. I want to thank everybody for being here with us this week. We'll be on same time next week. And as a matter of fact, we have a special show coming on. We're going to be celebrating our 1-year anniversary, not next week, but the week after that. So be sure to stay tuned for that as well. That being said, you guys have a fantastic day, fantastic rest of the week, and we'll see you again this time next week, next Friday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.